My name is Jim Stanek. I'm a medically retired staff sergeant for the United States Army, and I am the co-founder and spokesman for Paws and Stripes. We've been running Paws and Stripes since June of 2010, and what we do is service dogs for disabled veterans with PTSD and traumatic brain injuries. And usually service dogs are very hard to come by for vets like myself, with those disabilities. But we've done 36 veterans since that time we've started. So it's kind of taken off pretty good, and we're at a long waiting list. So we're trying to get there. Well, I can speak for myself. When I got medically retired out, I was 100% with the VA. They told me I was too aggressive to be in the infantry, which I kind of thought was kind of funny. It was kind of like an oxymoron, for lack of a better way of putting it. Was lost in the sauce. I had 2 jobs that I couldn't hold. Things weren't going well. And I found a lot of, hope, solace, serenity in a rescue dog. Because, rescue dog, isolated, doesn't get to socialize, doesn't know what love is. And I was, well, she's a mutt, I'm a mutt. Let's see what we can do together. And, like, for instance, my service dog, Sarge, she's trained in 43 different skill sets. She assists me with crowds, navigating, going into blocking positions. As far as the traumatic brain injury, helps me with my blackouts. She can actually sense a blackout coming on, so that I can take precautionary measures to sit down, stop driving, whatever it may be, to make sure that things are going really well. So it's a blessing. Sarge has been working with me for about 3 years now. I don't have her with me, which goes into a whole nother ball of wax. The doctors are a little amazed at this point. Sarge has helped me so much, because dogs have a really good biochemistry, like a seizure alert dog, a stroke dog, along those lines, that Sarge she can sense those attacks coming on. That I've actually happened so much that I've actually learned how to feel them myself now, that I can take precautionary measure. So, if I'm in a crowd and I'm not feeling too good, I can take a step back, give myself a little more space, as opposed to her having to, to come in. I'd say probably over the last 8 months, I've only used her 5 times. So, if every vet can get there. I was on a multiple of medications. I think just over 20 meds. I'm down to 1 now because of this. And I bumped into a buddy here who I haven't seen since last SHOT Show, and he said, Jim, you look different. You look great. And I'm like, it really hits the heart. I've worked so hard. I wouldn't take defeat for an answer while I was deployed, and I'm not going to take defeat for an answer while I'm now a civilian. And I call it civilians sprinkled with staff sergeantness. It's you'll never take the E6 out of my heart. You'll never take the Army out of my heart. It made me the man that I am today. And, it's just, I get a little emotional over it, because I wouldn't be here where I am today if it wasn't for my service dog, Sarge, my wife, my son, my parents, the structure, the support that I have. It's just mind-blowing. So it's a great thing. As far as deployment is concerned, when you sit back and you have to put 18 and 19-year-old men into body bags, and you got to send them home, it strikes a chord. And I got really sick and tired of people calling me crazy. When I got out, I got tired of being called the crazy war vet, the lunatic, you're too military. And I tell our veterans that go through Paws and Stripes, you're normal for what you've been through. You cannot go through so many life or death experiences and not be changed. I'm not a bad guy. I'm just trying to figure out how to live life. You go through so many IED exposures. You go through so many firefights. You deal with it at the time. But when it all stops and you're sitting in that hospital room, and the doctors are trying to talk to you, and all this stuff starts coming back. I didn't think I had PTSD. it didn't hit me till I was at the hospital, and I was there for 9 months, and everything flooded in. All the memories, the thoughts. I was in Fallujah back in 03, 04. I worked in the Lurse community in 04, 05, doing things that I, to this day, will never talk about. But when you bring in something like a dog, nothing says love like a cold, wet nose to the crotch. A dog that can look at you and not judge you for what you're going through, but try to assist you. A dog is a very remarkable species in the essence of there's no judgment. As far as Sarge is concerned, one of the greatest things we ever did, my wife and I and Sarge were invited to the New York City Veterans Day Parade to march about 3 years ago, as a matter of fact. Think about it. New York City, downtown Manhattan, Veterans Day, all these people, and they're out there to support, the vets. But there's still this sense of, oh man, everybody's around and who's doing what, and I can't see hands. And we marched that entire parade, Sarge and I and my wife, and I never felt so honored to be a part of that and to, let other veterans know, speaking on the streets, talking to other vets, Vietnam veterans who've been suffering for years and almost forgotten that you're not forgotten. We're here for you. And I'm very proud to say we've had 4 Vietnam veterans graduate our program. I mean, these are guys that have been isolated, compartmentalized, and didn't want to face it. Well, you know what? They faced it. They're dealing with it. Are they cured? No. Am I cured? No. But you know what? I'm better than 50% now. And I'm living my life. I'm striving. And I hope that more veterans out there feel this and get the opportunity to see it. It's there. Don't take no for an answer. Stop getting drug around. Stop beating yourself up. Things happen. It's called war. But you may not ever learn how to live with it, but you got to learn how to live. That's the main focal point. Learn how to live. You're going to have your bad days. You're going to have your good days. Today's been a great day. Tomorrow may be terrible for me. But you know what? I woke up. I'm breathing. And I'm a vet. There are a lot of things that people could take away from me. There are 2 things that I say very proudly that nobody can ever take away from me. I served my country with pride. I did a job that not a lot of people do. If you look at the population of the United States compared to the amount of people that serve, it's very small. Very proud to be a part of that brotherhood and my integrity. Nobody can ever take that away from me. I take that away from me. And, I hold that very, very, to the heart, to the chest. And, you strive every day, to be a better husband, a better man, a better friend. And you work towards that to make sure that I'm living a good life. It's a great process. I wish more vets could find it.